Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's me, Robertinator. We're doing the inaugural episode of the Trust the Podcast. I'm here joined with Cody, Tyler, and Andy. And Andy, you got something to start us off?
Yeah, let's talk about this. I don't even know how to explain it without it being kind of inappropriate for YouTube, but congressional aide kind of got caught doing some stuff in a not a good place on the Capitol Hill hearing room.
That's the best place.
It's not the best place, honestly. Doesn't look good on the world stage at all.
Right in the public eye where
Um,
everybody can see. That's where you want to have the sex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
showing two men having just a great old time in the hearing room of the United States where
Yeah.
things like, you know, bill hearings and stuff like that go on. We have hearings like where senators go in and they talk about how much money we can spend, and then all of them leave, and then this shit happens there.
He was trying to get a bill passed, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's
He was
definitely
trying to get
getting
something passed.
Something was definitely happening.
Oh,
You know, it very well could have been like this guy was trying to push a bill or a law, and this one guy was like, "Well, if you fuck me, I'll vote for it."
We're
I
gonna
can
push that
help you
bill
with
in my
that.
ass.
You're not wrong.
also,
Um,
it doesn't seem like the police are investigating this either. Like, no
Well,
Capitol
why would
Police.
they?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Put
the
that
film
on
is-
Twitter.
I was gonna say it's like out on Twitter, isn't it?
Oh,
Or
sorry,
is that what they
X.
call it now? Yeah, my apologies, Elon. Musk.
Formerly known.
Yeah, formerly known as Twitter. I've got a couple articles over here. Apparently, it was Ben Cardin from Maryland, his aide, and the aide is from San Francisco, which I guess we shouldn't be
Oh.
surprised.
That checks out, man.
Yeah.
Is he a 49ers fan?
Ugh. You know.
He has to be, man.
Yeah.
Taking in the ass
that-
is Brock Purdy's MVP.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He's got a tattoo on his right ass cheek of Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, just his face,
Oh
Like-
my god.
ultra realistic.
it's kind of funny too, and how like if you're a senator and one of your aides gets caught doing this, but like you still have to be like professional and being like, we have another act to pass, so don't worry about this. I need to focus on my work.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. The
Mhm.
room has been sanitized. The chairs you're sitting on are safe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, this is the thing is if it's happened once, it's happened 2 times, happened 3 times, happened 4 times. All right, man.
Definitely happened more than once.
Oh yeah, they just
Oh,
definitely.
100%.
If your aide is getting away with it, think about all the people that are
I was
above the
gonna
aide
say,
that's been
the-
gotten away with it.
Oh,
Actual
100%.
senators, Bill Clinton, you know.
There's been sex in the
Yeah,
Senate.
Bill Clinton.
Other
just
weren't-
senators, a
This was in the
president.
Oval Office.
Definitely banging Monica Lewinsky in
Oh yeah.
the congressional hearing room.
Oh yeah.
They just definitely weren't dumb enough to post it and film it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Bill Clinton, you know, the internet wasn't really a thing when he was president.
Imagine having to set up like a GoPro behind you or your phone on a tripod.
And just be like, all right, now go to town on me.
Oh
Here
my
you go.
The
god.
wildest thing about this, I think, actually, is that they recorded it. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, you know, if you're gonna have sex in the Senate congressional hearing, you know, like whatever, I guess. But you know, maybe don't record it and then post it. Why would you do
And,
that?
well, think about this.
Wow.
I'm like, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
I
let
was
me
like,
put
how
this
did
on Twitter
get-
real quick.
Yeah,
Wow.
as if no one's gonna notice.
No,
Wow.
this had to have been leaked. And then I think, like, who leaked this? Was this like an angry boyfriend who hasn't been called back in a couple weeks? And
Oh
they're
my
like,
god.
I'm just going to post this video then.
Dude, they got hacked, man. That's what had to be.
Let's see what Fox News has to say about it.
I think.
Oh, God.
Oh,
he-
yes,
that's
dude.
that's the video.
He's saying that someone was trying to pursue their political agenda and they targeted him. That might have been who like posted it or the guy that he was getting down with.
We know much about the guy he was getting down with?
I don't know.
Was he like
I'm
a
not sure. I'm not seeing it
Israel
on any of the,
politician or something?
He's saying like this has been a difficult time for me. I've been attacked for who I love to pursue.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of mumble Joe
right,
Biden
well-
words. You're not gonna understand it,
Yeah,
dude.
you're not gonna
Nobody
know
know.
what
knows.
he's saying.
And apparently, he had previously been in a Biden ad.
Oh my god.
And his mom also had an X account. And she was like, "Thanks for including my son in your thoughtful message to everyone who supported you. He's worked tirelessly with the Democratic Party of Virginia." And allegedly, this guy also wrote, "I want Joe Biden to spit in my mouth" on Venmo.
Are you
Oh my
serious?
god.
Oh my god.
What is happening in Washington D.C., bro?
At least
that's
according to
so
this
weird.
New York Post article.
I've never been more thankful to live 4,000 miles away from whatever the fuck is going on over there. Jesus
Oh, they
Christ.
did fire this guy.
Yeah, I would imagine.
What a shame, man.
Yep, and the statement from the government is just basically like, he doesn't work anymore. No further comment.
Yep.
Wow, this is crazy, man.
That's
I love how NBC News likes to put this. They're like Senate staff are alleged by
Yeah, allegedly.
conservative.
Yeah,
Like, no,
allegedly.
by the way,
all the news sites are like allegedly, as if it wasn't posted on Twitter.
I can send you the video.
face clearly
It's clear-
visible.
yeah, he's clearly getting he's getting it rammed, and then they pan around in the
Oh
room.
my god.
It pans around the room. You see the room for a
They're
second.
like, "Yo,
Wait a
we in
minute,
the
it
Senate."
pans around the room?
There is 3 people.
Wow.
There's a third
There-
person? I didn't know that. What the fuck?
I told you it had to be a threesome, bro. So when I be filming
Alright,
that thing,
hold on.
Oh
I need to
my
send you all
God.
this.
there's probably a fluffer too.
That's they're just shooting a whole ass amateur porn film in there.
I also love the statement that the senator gave.
Oh
He goes,
no,
"This is a personal matter."
Yeah.
it's 2 people.
Uh-huh.
The dude that's in the back is filming. Of course,
Oh,
he's
I
like,
see. Yeah.
you got to be a champ. Actually, you know what I mean. If you're gonna film it, you got to be
That's
the one in the
honestly, you
back.
know, pretty impressive multitasking.
Yeah.
Get the steady shot, get the pan around so you can
Mm.
really see where you are. That was a smart move.
I guess
You know what
the
they're doing, man.
New York Post tried to reach him for a comment, and he did not answer.
I think I might. I
Alright.
don't want to get this video banned from YouTube, but I think I might do something that'd make my mom sad if I got
Uh-oh.
caught doing that and it got leaked.
Uh-oh.
There
Uh-oh.
you go. But Robert, remember YouTube.
Oh my
Right.
god. Andy,
So-
oh my lord.
For those wondering, Andy just
It-
sent the.
I will
just the
say,
video
I will
straight to the
say
Discord.
it's blurred out.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I cannot watch that.
I would not risk that, Robert. Still, it's
Oh,
definitely still just
Yeah, I
them.
was
So
gonna say,
everybody can
Robert.
watch this, but Robert.
I'll watch it
you
later
give
when
them
I'm
the
not
Bill of Rights,
recording.
man.
I think I'm good for the moment.
But
Someone
anyways,
somebody
he does just pan around.
was like, having sex in a United States government building and filming it is the reason you got targeted. You being gay and having gay sex, nobody gives a fuck.
I mean, yeah. Listen, gay people can have sex wherever they want, but maybe don't. Not in the U.S. Capitol building. And if you are
yeah.
gonna do it in the U.S. Capitol building, just don't film it.
Mhm.
Yeah, why the
Yeah.
hell would you film
I
this
think-
thing?
I
That's
think
the thing I don't
the critical
understand.
error there, because like Andy was saying before we started here, if this has happened once and they just got caught and it was an aid, it's definitely happened before.
Oh
But
yeah,
everyone before this wasn't dumb enough to film it. Why would you do that?
you know the senators are doing this.
Yeah, dude, and like, what is China and Russia fucking looking at this and saying? They're like, what the fuck?
They probably want involved, dude. They're like,
Yeah.
why aren't you letting my aides get
Well,
involved in
Vladimir
this?
Putin it was a live stream, probably.
Yeah, Putin's trying to put it in.
Straight to the Kremlin.
Damn.
He's like, shit, I ain't getting no action. I need to go to the American
That's why
government.
they haven't released the name of the guy filming yet. It was just Putin.
All I'm saying is the back of that man's head looks like European to me. All right.
Does look like a European.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Mais Stiklovsky or whatever.
Oh, bro, that's a spy.
Russian spy got caught.
Russian
getting
spy.
railed in the U.S. congressional room. Damn.
That's only the title of the sex tape.
I wish Tom
Yeah,
Clancy
dude.
wasn't dead. He'd write a sick book about it.
The things people do to get information, dude.
You know, you got to do what you got to do, I suppose.
Dude, speaking of another Tom Clancy situation, that Virginia bomb, I don't know if we want to get involved in that, but that was wild. All right,
Yeah,
that's straight out of a video game, dude.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I've got the ad. Yeah, it's like GTA or something.
Yeah.
Like what? Does anyone know what the real deal was of that? Was it like a meth den or?
I heard it was a SWAT. like a SWAT
yeah.
situation. Bad dude inside. Bad dude didn't want to get out, and bad dude did something to make that house blow up, man.
I was under the impression that the guy that owned the house like shot at somebody, and the cops went in there to get a warrant or service a warrant, and he like had like traps in the house to make the house explode.
Alrighty.
Yes, yeah. From what I can see on CNN, it says that FBI and local authorities were there. They were trying to do a search warrant, and apparently this guy had put concerning social media posts, probably like saying, "Oh, I might go do this," or like,
Yeah, vague.
"Oh, I hate the government," or some potential.
Probably a
Started
little bit
looking
more than
around.
that.
Wait, what? That is that the guy? Dude's Asian
think-
as hell.
Wait, put a
Yeah,
picture.
have y'all seen? Have y'all
Wow.
seen the
He's
video?
James Yu. Literally
Have y'all seen the
56.
video of this house exploding too? I mean, it fucking
It's
explodes.
wild.
Legit,
It doesn't.
yeah.
It doesn't like
GTA.
catch on fire. It detonates. Like
It's
a,
GTA
It just
like the whole
style.
house
legit
Yeah, that
blows
thing's
up.
gone,
there's
dude.
there's the
Go.
picture, by the way.
Oh,
That's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like his last name is Yu.
Yeah, so for the audience here, there's a video of this where someone filmed it from across the street, like on their phone. Because there's like
Yeah.
5 cop cars at this dude's house. And then, as any neighbor would be, they'd be like, what the hell's going on? And they see it and they're like, oh, I gotta film this in case something
Mhm.
happens. Sure enough, dude, the cops
And I
go
mean,
in and then
this
just
thing
boom.
goes. I'm looking at it right now. It's unbelievable.
Fucking
Uh-huh.
massive explosion. Like,
Aggie
can't-
versus Bruce Willis.
I can't imagine. And that dude that filmed it, by the way, he didn't have a really bad stutter when the house exploded. So like, props to him for keeping his shit is cool there. Because dude,
Yeah, I don't know if I
Yeah,
would
that's
if
great
my
film.
neighbor's house just exploded like that.
Oh yeah. This
I mean,
guy
you're
should be in
talking
Hollywood,
about-
bro.
you're talking about like 1,000
Oh,
Civil War cannons going off at the same time. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
Dude,
I,
apparently.
Boom.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, the
I just saw
house
apparently
just
he also.
crumbles, completely gone. Asher away. You know, him and all the cops that were in there have to be dead.
Well, no. Apparently there were no cops in there. It was just him.
Oh,
The,
It would-
FBI agents and ATF, I guess, was there as well.
Oh, really? Okay, so I thought that there was cops
Um,
in there.
No cops in the house. It was just
Oh.
the guy. It was just the guy in the house by himself when it exploded.
Wow.
okay.
Dude, that's so crazy that the neighbor that was there said that he thought that a plane had exploded next to their house. He said that their house was shaking
Well, yeah,
after the explosion.
I would imagine.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're saying it was suspicions. He had fired 30 flare gun rounds from his house into like the neighborhood.
Yeah,
They were there to try to
Kinda
get
weird.
warrants and what.
yeah, they got a search. The FBI got a search warrant because of that. I think it got approved for the flares, and then
Yeah,
and
no
then
serious
blew up
injuries.
his own house, I guess.
10 households.
Yeah, no
were
one was
impacted.
hurt though. Except for him, I guess.
This
I mean,
man
yeah.
just like threw C4 all around the house and was like, "You're not taking me alive."
No, I mean it was a hell of an explosion.
Do you think that he tried to like kill himself, or was he, or like, what do you
I'm
guys think it
wondering if
happened?
Wasn't like like he was waiting maybe for the cops to get inside before he did it,
Yeah.
or if he was just trying to go. I think the most amazing thing about it is the house right next to his
Was totally fine.
Probably got its windows blown out, but it's totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, structurally
Yeah, what-
fine. Nobody was really
That's
hurt.
wild.
It's
Like, he
kind of weird
somehow-
too.
Did just enough to take himself out and not really anybody else.
You know, dude, they have like a bomb car out in front too. Watching that video, there's like this police vehicle that's like armored. It looks like a bomb car, dude.
Yeah.
Looks like they were going all the way in to go into his house and stuff. But
God, if
Yeah, I
using
don't
it to, I thought the guy had like Capcan tripwire mines or whatever.
he's the captain of the real world.
Oh my god.
But
Wow,
apparently,
Yeah, I
crazy.
guess it was just him that got hurt. Well, got hurt. He's
It's-
dead, but
saying yeah, previously he'd been like spouting conspiracy theories and stuff against the government on like LinkedIn and Twitter and whatever.
Oh, really? So he's anti-government then?
Let's see.
aren't we all?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I mean,
Especially when you got like AIDS
legal
making
reasons, that's
sex
a joke.
tapes. Yeah. Yeah. FBI, you did not hear this.
Huh?
The best part is the FBI was investigating the the sex tape I saw on one of the news stories, and I'm like, I don't know, does the FBI need to investigate this much harder?
You see who it is if you watch it.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
say it's not a whole lot of investigation required.
it's not.
I think their efforts might be better focused on, Hunter Biden, maybe.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Hunter,
yeah.
did you guys see the Ukrainian some video? Let me pull this up. It was some Ukrainian official
JB, pull that up.
brought in some stun grenades to a little like town hearing, and just
Wait,
was
are you
like,
serious?
oh yeah, oh yeah, he just pulled out some stun grenades and stunned this hearing that was going on.
Oh my
My
god.
God.
Bro, what is happening in this country right now?
Well, that was in Ukraine, right?
Or I guess
Yeah.
that was in Ukraine, wasn't it? Never mind.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it could have happened in
you
San
know,
Francisco too. I
Could
mean,
have
come
happened
on.
in San Fran.
San
we
Fran's
got-
like
We got gay
Ukraine.
sex happening in the Senate congressional hearing room.
Ukrainian
possible at this point.
politician detonates grenades during town meeting or council meeting.
Was it like in protest or something?
Yeah, so the Ukrainian
what?
village
Respect, honestly.
councilor set off hand grenades. They're stun grenades. It looks like stun grenades. At a
Oh, we just got
meeting
stunned.
in an attack that was captured on video and left 26 people wounded, the country's national police said on Friday. The incident took place Friday morning at the headquarters of the village council in this weird Ukrainian village I'm not going to pronounce. In the west in more area of Ukraine I can't pronounce. Jesus Christ.
And the
but
police posted it on Facebook.
Average living in a communist country.
But
So
he
he
basically
just-
pulls out 3 grenades out of his pockets, which are already pinned. Like the pins were already released. He's holding the safety like the trigger on them,
Yeah.
and he pulls them out, and he just like is looking around. Nobody's looking at him. Nobody's talking to him. He just like, may I? And then he tosses them out.
Oh, there's a video. Hang on, there's a video on YouTube.
Oh yeah, there's a video.
It's kind of weird to me that
So
we
he
haven't
just
really heard
walks
much.
in and is like, "Hey."
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, 26 people.
Oh yeah, here we go. Ukrainian politician detonates.
I was
Grenades
gonna say
during a
I've
meeting.
seen this.
See, I find it weird that like we haven't really heard anything about the Ukrainian situation in like a long time. It feels
Oh my
like.
god, dude.
Yeah, well,
That
in my
video is
opinion,
Bro, yeah,
wild.
what? He's just there, and it's just like, okay, here.
Here, I'll put the video in the.
Oh wow.
In western Ukraine's Keretsky region, a
This is so
village
weird.
councillor detonated entering the room. A man dressed in
that's
black
insane.
can be seen.
He's in there as
entering the
well.
room
Like it's.
where the meeting was taking.
Like, my question is,
It's
why?
not like. Yeah, I don't understand. There's something going on that we don't know what's going on.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
that's gnarly.
They look like real grenades.
Yeah, I think they're just stuns, but that's a pretty good explanation. Nobody died, right?
Yeah. If there was real grenades,
No.
they would have been died, but
26 people wounded. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Wow, that is just.
and they just kind of sit there and watch him do it.
They don't even move.
They're
Dude,
like,
he did
oh
it so
fuck, that's a
casually."
grenade. Well,
Yeah, he just threw 3 of them on the ground so casual too. Like they were just like nothing to him. What the heck? That's weird.
dude, Ukraine's a wild place. It always happens.
The rest of the world's just wild, dude.
Just like that's not even really like the Middle East, Russia area, like just Europe, all of it. There's way more crazy
Anywhere
than we
that's
are.
not U.S.
Yeah, somehow the U.S. is still relatively the most sane country in the world, which is unbelievable considering what our
yeah.
first topic was here today.
Oh yeah, the fact that we're the best of everyone is a little scary. I can't lie to you.
That's pretty concerning.
Yeah.
Although, would you
Yeah.
rather have like your senators be fucking behind closed doors or walking in and throwing grenades into meetings?
I think for legal reasons, none of us should answer that question.
Yeah, I need to contact my lawyer before I say yes or no to anything. I'll plead the fifth.
The next John Tester commercial, he's like, I will
my
bomb
God.
our meetings.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
I do not condone what happened on that national hill.
He's got my vote. Just kidding.
Oh my god. Yeah, Robert's gonna go to Maryland and vote for the senator now.
Oh, the senator.
I will take it in the
Yeah.
ass for America.
Ask not what your country can do for you. All right.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, in better topics, and maybe up front, I don't know, in light of good news, the finals dropped. All right.
It did indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Now I know y'all been grinding the shit out of this game. And now, what's your guys' opinions? Let's start with Andy here. What do you got, Andy? What's your opinion on the finals?
Oh, it's my favorite game right now. As many complaints as I can have for it, it's still my favorite game. I think there's not really too many games that come out that have like a really good movement system, and I feel like this game has potential with its movement system and its map design.
I
But-
agree with that.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yes, the movement is very
definitely-
clean.
They need I think, and I think they do a somewhat good job so far. It's been like a couple weeks, but they need to just keep listening to the community.
Yeah,
and
they've been
seeing
good on
what-
that.
Yeah, making sure that they're listening to our problems and adjusting to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if they changed, have they done any updates to the game? I actually don't really know.
They're first of trying to work on like skill-based matchmaking, which
Bug fixes. There've been a few, especially when you're trying to play like in a party. There's been some fairly significant bugs.
Oh, yeah, like
Oh,
a
okay.
couple times where the matchmaking just work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we experienced that
Or
the
it'll
other
work
day.
for one person and they'll get put in a game, but the other two members won't be in the same game. It's kind of annoying, but
Yeah, that's actually really awful. I mean, that's the thing about like quality of life. That's like super important right now. I think in gaming is having a really clean product and then polishing it later. Like you just want to have your game be like playable.
Hmm.
I feel like right now, and then you can focus on like the weird little tweaks, the little tiny things later.
yeah, because overall, I mean, there's some balance issues. I know we all agree that the heavy at the moment is a little bit overpowered.
Oh, yes.
Oh, 100%.
The
Yeah.
light is slightly underpowered.
They have really
Yeah.
good gadgets, so that are
They have
annoying.
great gadgets, and at the end of the day, the game's fun to play. Like, look at all the like other multiplayer games that have come out recently. You know,
Yeah.
Battlefield 2042 was awful.
Disaster.
Yeah.
COD, MW2 and 3 were both pretty shit. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
And
100%.
the finals, I mean, it's free and it's genuinely like it's a novel idea, and they executed it really well.
Oh, absolutely. And how many times have we been sitting here and talking to ourselves about having a new IP, a new idea, a new vision, a new something in the gaming industry?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
mean, it's been unreal. We haven't seen anything
It's-
really new.
No.
No, not at all. It's just been repeats of Call of Duty, a terrible
Yeah.
Battlefield game, and then Overwatch 2, which I mean, I play and I enjoy some of the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a new
That
game
sums
either.
it up. It's
That's just a watered down version of the first
yeah,
one.
they changed
Yeah.
Overwatch 1 because they weren't making any money off it anymore.
Right.
And by changed it, they removed one person from the lineup and added like 3 new maps, and that was about it.
And some new characters,
Absolutely.
but yeah.
Yeah, a couple new characters.
I think one of the things that I thought was really interesting about the finals is that it's kind of like a back to like old days of actually having like longer drawn out fights. And like it kind of reminds me of like a Halo days for me.
It's
like
good,
when
yeah.
you're
The time to
yeah.
kill is really high.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's the 3v3v3 is really cool because like you just never know what's going to happen every time you go into a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not just, Call of Duty or
It's
Battlefield or
exciting
Overwatch where
every
it's
time,
like 5v5, 6v6.
and it's
Yeah.
the same game every time. The finals, it's just different. Every time it's different, and especially with the map being destructible, you've got 3 teams all trying to kill each
Mhm.
other. The map is completely, fully destructible, and it's just chaos, and it's
Chaos.
amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I find it really cool because I've put 70 hours in this game already,
Whew.
and I kind yeah, I know, right? But I'm still coming up to scenarios and things that are happening where I automatically think back to the developers, and I'm like, damn, you all put that much time into this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they thought about it.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's really, really cool, and like that's why I like believe in this company's ability to keep this going. I just kind of
100%.
hope that they change a couple of these ridiculous meta options that people are kind of just abusing at this point. I get it,
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
Oh
how it
yeah,
always
like the
is with
invisible
shooters.
shotgun for the
Invisible
light.
Yeah.
shotgun for the light. You've got the heavy and his shotgun, which is just fucking ridiculous. On
And the
damage,
dome
but
shield in
the
general.
range and the dome shield, I think
Yeah,
they
the
do
range.
with a slight nerf.
and I don't
Yeah.
mind if they have any of these things. It's just like put adjustments on it, make it to where the dome shield can kind
100%.
of
Yeah.
destroy it a little bit easier, make it to where like the quick smash, or I'm sorry, what is it called? The Hulk
Which one?
smash ability.
Oh, like
Oh,
their
the Hulk
charge.
smash,
Well, the
yeah,
heavy
that
one?
does a lot of
Or-
Yeah,
damage.
it needs to
Yeah.
it needs to do less damage or no damage at all. It can be you can move people and shove people away, but it shouldn't be a damage
I
based
don't. Yeah, I don't
thing.
think it should be. It should be for movement and environment destruction. Like charging
Oh,
through
yeah,
the walls is
definitely.
really fun.
I think maybe a little bit of damage, like 25 or so if you hit somebody, but nothing like it is now because it does like 125 right now, does it? Doesn't it?
It's right around
Something
there. I
ridiculous
think
like
some.
that.
It's over
You
100.
can two-shot a medium if you hit him twice while you're charging.
You can
Yeah.
almost entirely full kill a light with just the charge,
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy to think about.
yeah, I think that's a
Uh,
little silly.
I would honestly think, and I get why they don't do it, but maybe maybe you could just give the medium a glitch grenade instead of the glitch mine too, because the glitch grenades are extremely helpful in this game when everybody is laying mines and C4 everywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Well, it's just
yeah.
yeah, that's a big thing too. Just the gadget spam's a real thing in
Yeah.
the game.
Dome shield, mesh shields, everything, and like
Bombs.
you 2 out of the 3 classes don't have a glitch grenade, they have glitch traps, and so that means somebody has to do the unfortunate stepping on it, or you have to shoot it. So I think the medium at least gets a glitch grenade too, and that would
Yeah, but if
really
you
balance it out too.
I think that
if
is
you
also
give them
good.
that, the light's got nothing.
I
Like
think
the light is
that's
all
my
gadgets.
concern though. Is the medium is in a good spot right now. I think if you gave it a gadget as good as the glitch grenade, they might be a little overpowered.
Yeah, they already are the only character that can actually heal too. So like I feel like the medium shouldn't be changed at all. I think your two ends of the spectrum with the light and the heavy are out of whack. I think you gotta make the light a little better, and you gotta make the heavy a little worse to make the game like in equilibrium.
Yeah, I think the light should have about 200 health,
Yeah, maybe 50 more
Yeah.
health. Honestly, would be fine.
Yeah,
and then the heavy should go down to 3.
I do think the light,
definitely.
their shotgun, I think needs to be nerfed just a little bit.
Oh yeah, that
I think
invis
the
shotgun's
range. I
stupid.
think the range is fine. I think all that's fine. I think it just does too much damage, especially combined with that invisibility.
Yeah, it's definitely just a shotgun meta right now in the finals.
It can just about two-shot a heavy, and yeah, and the heavy shot. Don't even get me started on that. That has a range of 150 yards.
It's a sniper, dude. It's
Unbelievable.
stupid. And like playing a light against heavy, like I don't know if you guys have played much with the lights, but like it feels like you're just like not gonna kill a heavy ever, unless you tase them or you use a shotgun. Like there's just you don't really feel like you're ever gonna kill a heavy with just pure gunfight.
Yeah, not unless they're on low health.
Yeah, and they have more than double the health of a light, which doesn't really make much sense to me.
Yeah, so this heavy shotgun has 16 rounds and is fully auto. Why?
You got to
Who
take
thought?
a brief pause after every 4 rounds, but it's like half a second. And yeah, other than that, it's fully automatic. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous.
Who
Yeah,
thought that was a
it's
good
crazy.
idea? You can like 2-hit a light and a medium.
I think if you hit headshots with the shotgun a little bit, you can kill 2-shot medium.
Yep.
Which is kind of unreal. But I kind of like to get back to that destruction of the finals because, like, this has kind of been like something we haven't really seen in a shooter in a long time. Like the last ones I can remember, yeah, Battlefield. Even 2042 to me didn't have this much destruction.
Here's the thing: is it's the combined abilities of the movement and the easy access to the destruction. Like you can
Right.
literally just like, okay, I need to go through that wall. I'm through that wall.
Yeah.
Instead of like in Battlefield 2042, it's like I need to go through that wall. I need to place a C4. Then I need to get away. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's still you get around things
Exactly.
so much more quicker and destroy things so much more quicker for your ease of access in this game than any other game I've played.
And it helps make
Definitely.
it like super fast paced, which is awesome.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
jump through windows. You can place a breach charge, blow it up. C4, blow it up. The
If you're
RPG
Pick up
heavy,
a red bear.
you can charge through the wall. You can use the rocket launcher.
is
Red
amazing.
Oh,
barrels that
definitely.
are everywhere.
Yep,
Yeah.
the red barrels will do it.
But that's
Heavy.
kind of cool too, being able to pick something up and throw it. Like I think the picking up's
Mhm.
pretty cool too.
Oh, yeah, like the little goo containers, the red
Yeah.
bombs, the gas ones. They're all pretty useful because you can just throw them
I-
on a point or like
Yeah,
at the floor, the ceiling to drop the cash thing.
definitely. And like the other thing about the destruction to me is like it's kind of like you see it, you can destroy it kind of thing in this game, which again you just don't see anymore. Like I can't think of a game like even the Battlefield games. They didn't have this level of destruction,
Well, it's
nor
just
the
like
amount
Andy
you could
was talking
destroy.
about. It just wasn't as easy. in
No, it's
Battlefield
not.
games. You
You
gotta
know?
try harder to blow stuff up in the finals. Like they want you to. It's part of the map design.
Yeah.
For it to get destroyed.
The difference between also that this and 2042 or a Battlefield game is that in Battlefield there's so many different ways that you can play the game and different classes that you can do compared to this where there's only 3 classes that you can do and like all 3 classes have relatively the same amount of destruction abilities as you know well balanced
One
between
another.
each of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy definitely has the most.
The
Though.
heavy's definitely focused more towards destruction than the others, but I think that's how it should be.
With the RPG,
I agree with that,
like
yeah.
you can just
He's the big guy. The sledgehammer can break down walls too. I forgot about that one.
oh, you need to take
Yeah.
down that building. Cool. You gonna blow a hole in the wall?
Yeah, and
Great.
when you've got the hanging platforms and the points up there, and you can't get to it because they destroyed the zip line. You need the heavy because they can just bring it the whole thing down.
Yeah, which is awesome. Like I mean, fighting on an objective where the entire building is just crumbled by the end of it
Oh, it's
just
so
feels
cool.
so good.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a real like, battle. You feel like you're there. You're in bed.
What is like one thing you guys want to see in the finals? Like, is it like to me? Like I'm looking at like maybe like a month or 2 or 3 months from now. Like, what is like one thing that stands out in your head that you just want to see?
I kind of want them to add more guns.
Yeah, I think more primary
Yeah.
weapons mainly after they get the balance changes worked out.
Yeah,
More
I get.
primary weapons. Yeah.
Because they have a lot of gadgets in the game. Like you
Yeah, I
look
think
at
we're in a
that,
good
it's
spot with
tons.
gadgets, and I get that that's like a big focus of the game is using your gadgets to get an advantage, and that's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah, like a
really
jump
only 2 or
pad.
3 viable weapons for each character, and I think there could be a couple.
Yeah. No, I agree with that too. Because like I mean, you look at like the medium, it's like you only really have like 3 guns.
Yeah.
And
But I
like I
don't-
mean,
I don't think they added anything. Maybe
Throw it.
gadgets.
they had
they
the
have a
throwing
knife.
knives.
They added
I
the throwing
think.
knives. They added a couple new maps. They added the glitch grenade and the glitch mines.
And then the
Okay.
vanishing bomb too, I think is
Oh
new.
yeah, and that too.
But all the other guns and classes already
They're the
have
same.
everything.
By the
Yeah.
way, the beta for this game for people listening had like over 7 million people. Was it right?
7.5.
7.5 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
For just a free game that appeared out of nowhere.
I think that was the most ever, by the way. I think that beat the Overwatch beta.
Yeah, it did. It beat the Overwatch beta by over 1 million, didn't it?
Yeah, roughly, I think. Yeah. And like if you think about that, like Overwatch was the biggest game for its time. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken that
Oh, yeah.
Overwatch had the highest selling game at one point too.
It was one of the highest selling games of all time for a little while there.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it came out, it broke the gaming scene. It took over.
Because it was
Absolutely.
it was a remake of Team Fortress 2, but they made it way more interesting.
There was really nothing like it at the there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could
I don't know how I
argue
feel
to
about
this
this
day
game.
there isn't even.
No, outside of TF2, I mean, you had what was the other game that came out right around the same time as Overwatch? The original Overwatch, Paladins.
Yeah, but that was just
Yeah,
like a
that
shitty clone of
failed.
Overwatch.
But that was just
Yeah.
Overwatch, but worse.
Yeah,
I
because
think-
Overwatch did.
I think if they added a TDM game mode in the finals, it would be really cool too.
I think that would be a lot
That's
of
your
fun.
one thing? Yeah. I
A
well
couple
my
new
one
game modes would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
would be fun.
My one thing that I wanted to see was attachments on guns. That like I'd rather have attachments on guns and have like a loadout in that setting than have new guns right now.
Oh yeah, if you could put like a red dot on the AK or something.
Yeah, and like I don't think it needs
Yeah,
to be
that
like
would be
too.
cool.
Yeah, like having like something like that, or like having some sort of like ability to like change up the recoil too. Like I've noticed in the AK, like it kicks in a certain way, and I think if you put like a attachment or you get like a muzzle brake or something, I think that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah,
But that's probably a couple. That's probably further out than
that maybe 6
like
months or so.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
have to see.
I kind of also think with them like kind of limiting the customization of the loadouts, I kind of wondering if they're even gonna even add attachments in the game. Like I feel like they're just gonna kind of just make guns and then just focus on the guns, like having their own attachments. Like that submachine gun has that red dot on it
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So like they might try that.
That is kind of true because then it could be different from Call of Duty, where it's like, oh,
It
this
all
gun's
has the
really good
attachment.
because you have these broken attachments on it. Whereas this one,
True.
it's just the gun, and how well can you use it?
That's true. I didn't think about that either.
That's one of the things I like too. Is each like different weapon you use like completely changes the way you play the class you're playing.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
because you're
Yeah.
playing medium, and you have the AK. You've got like a
Mid-range.
40 round mag. You can go in close, mid range. But if you're using the SCAR, you do get a sight, but you only have a
Mhm.
20 round like magazine. So you
you
kind of
Yeah.
have
more
to sit back.
opportunistic. Yeah,
Yeah. It hits a lot harder too than the AK, I think.
yeah, it does. It does more damage.
Yeah. Where do you guys see the game going with like staying alive? Do you think it's going to become an esport game? What are you guys thinking? Like, do you think this is just gonna become a casual game? Or
There
do you see it?
could definitely be potential for an esport, especially because the whole sort of like theme of the game is that it's like a game show kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as they don't do what Overwatch did and try to push it when nobody really
And-
wanted it,
yeah,
and
focus
then
only on the esport aspect, that would be trash.
yeah, and then focus
Yeah, I
all the
agree.
balancing around that instead of like what the actual casual players are wanting.
Yeah, the
Definitely.
95% of your player base.
There's definitely potential. 'Cause there's not a lot of new games, free or
No.
not, like
No,
that
yeah.
are just this good when they come out. Like I have it
Yeah.
pulled up on Steam. There's currently 115,000 people playing it as we're talking.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
I personally
Sure.
believe if you're gonna do an esport, do not change the format different than what you have.
No, I
Your
think the
entire
3v3
play
is
Or
Mhm.
no, well, I don't. It's 4v4. It's 3v3v3v3. Like it's
I
three
guess in
teams.
the in the tournament.
Yeah,
mode.
which I like that a lot. That's a really fun
fun.
game mode. I think it actually plays better than the 3v3v3 just because I think that extra team makes it so you don't like feel like you're getting third partied all the time,
Mm-hmm.
which changes the pace up a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's a little more chaos, but at the same time, it's 4 teams fighting for like multiple vaults
Yes,
instead of
there's
just
2.
one. So it's kind of split up. So in a way, it's also less chaos, unless all
Yeah.
4 teams are fighting for the same vault, and then it's just insane.
Pure chaos. Well, and you can get 2 of the vaults into one cash out too, which adds
Yes.
another dynamic of the game, which I really like that too. But I feel like I don't know if you guys have opinions of Overwatch 2 with me, where I think that they try to balance too much for the pros
Yeah,
and not balance for what was fun or not. I'd like to see the finals say, you know what, fuck the pro players. We're gonna make this game fun,
Mm-hmm.
and if people want to be competitive with the game, they can
They
go ahead
can.
and do that.
Because there is a
Yeah.
ranked tournament mode.
Right. I mean,
yeah, there's ranked in the game already.
yeah. Like I think when you make your product like all like catered to like less than 1% of your population, you're destroying your game.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what happened with Overwatch, in my opinion. They changed the formula to 5v5 instead of 6v6. They made all these passives. They changed all the health bars, all these characters, just to cater to their 1% of their population.
Yeah, well, Overwatch 2 had, wasn't it like a record bad AAA title launch on Steam?
Yeah, I think it was one of the lowest rated titles I've seen in like a decade.
I think it still is. I'm gonna check it out real quick.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like the most disliked game on Steam for a while there.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, is it a bad game like that? No, but the community actually hates Overwatch 2. And I understand why that is.
yeah,
It's just that
overwhelmingly negative out of 230,000 reviews.
230,000, that is insane.
15% of the 230,000 reviews are positive.
That's awful.
That's
That's
it.
awful.
85% negative reviews. That is awful.
Is it higher rated than 2042?
Yeah.
Checked.
It's
Everybody-
higher rated.
People that were originally negatively rating on 2042 moved their negative rating to Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
Whenever they
the,
did that.
reviews for Battlefield, they've got
Mostly
184,000 of
positive.
them. It's mixed, all reviews, mostly positive recent. So I guess
See,
DICE
yeah.
Because I think
they
2042 has had
test
some
shit.
updates.
Yeah.
They have. I
I've heard
played it
it's
like
better.
a couple months ago. It is better. It's just it isn't. It doesn't have that Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 feel to me.
Hmm.
And I just think that Battlefield just screwed themselves over because the last couple of years they just have not seemed to put out a title worth anything really.
Yeah, I mean Battlefield 1 was fun. But it's still, like you said, nowhere near as good as the old,
No.
Battlefield 3 and
And
2 or 3 and 4, and even going all the way back to like Battlefield Bad Company.
yeah, Battlefield Bad Company is my
Both
favorite.
phenomenal. Bad Company and Bad Company 2.
No, didn't the Battlefield 3 guys break off and a couple of the developers are the ones that started the finals?
I think
Yeah,
so.
they were
Yeah.
part
That's
of the.
what I've heard.
Didn't they found the studio that made the finals?
Yeah.
Probably why the destruction is so good.
Exactly. Well, another thing that I think is kind of funny, which maybe we could check in on in like a couple of years, but apparently they actually have another title they're developing, and it's going to launch in 2025, and it is a Destiny-like game. All right, this is a looter shooter, first person, and apparently they referenced Destiny as their like inspiration. Now, I don't know, because the way the track record of the finals to me it sounds like they take a formula that works and they put a twist on it. Now, Destiny is just ripe for the taking. I mean, the community hates the game. It's been stale, and I could really see this development team like starting and becoming a big development team. Like I could see them being the next like DICE.
I
You
think
know?
if Destiny, their Destiny clone, ends up working out as well as the finals, like if they keep that same formula, the free to play, the only thing you can pay for is cosmetics. It's not pay to win.
Right.
And you don't have to spend $80 on each DLC to get the
Yeah.
raids. I think they're gonna have a winner, and people
Yeah.
are gonna willingly give them money. I already
Oh,
have.
yeah.
I love the finals. It's so much fun, and I want to see the studio do well.
Exactly. And I think that's why people are going to spend money on a game like this is they're going to spend money in support of the game. You know, they're not going to
Yes.
It's like these other games are trying to scam you out of money. Where I feel like this game isn't trying to scam you. They're just saying, "Hey, if you want to support us, go for it."
Like
You know.
Call of Duty tried, they put out a half-ass campaign and mediocre Warzone Zombies, and they're like, it's gonna be a DLC for MW2.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's actually not. It's a separate game, quote unquote, even though it's in the same game, and it's $70. Good luck.
Yep.
I agree. I actually I don't know if we want to talk about Call of Duty, but I don't know if I have a hot take or a cold take. I don't know, but I actually think the Modern Warfare 2 remake sucks. And I thought at first it was good, but the more I played it, the more I was like, this is fucking awful.
That's a pretty cold take, especially coming after Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019, because those games, especially in the multiplayer department, were great.
Yeah. And I feel like this is just my opinion, but I feel like we're getting to the point with Call of Duty where it's like, all right, this should not be a development anymore. If you're not going to make new titles, I don't think they should doing it. And I think with
It's just a cash grab by Activision.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's cash grab, and then they increase the price of the game. And then it's like you see the next Call of Duty. It's apparently gonna be another remake.
Yep.
I just think it's embarrassing.
And they're
Personally,
going to charge $70 for it again.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like I already paid money for the original one. All you're doing is just updating the graphics and launching it, and you're probably gonna make the gameplay worse than it was in the first one.
Oh, almost certainly. I mean,
You
they're
know,
never
and
going to live up to the nostalgia.
No, they never. And the zombies, let's be honest, they're not gonna be near as good. You know they're gonna change something, and I just think that Call of Duty is going in a really wrong direction. And I don't know if we also want to talk about this the gaming industry right now, but there's just no big players in the industry anymore. Like it seems like to me that these indie games are gonna be kind of where it's at for gaming in the next couple years. Like Lethal Company, for example, I think is a really good
about to
example.
say, like,
I was gonna
look
say
at that.
phenomenal game.
Yet again,
And
another game that
$10
came out of
developed by
nowhere.
Yeah, developed by 3 dudes in a shed. It's awesome.
It's like 5 gigabytes. I knew nothing about this game, and then I started seeing memes, and I looked it up on YouTube, and it's freaking phenomenal. Just there's no other real game where it's like, cool, you and your friends go here, go try to
Yeah.
collect stuff for this money, but oh no, there's monsters and stuff, and
Yep.
I like the local voice chat because it sounds funny in the game, and then
Yeah,
obviously
and the
like if you
sound design
die,
for that
they're
game is
dead,
awesome.
and you can't like hear them when they're dead. Just the
There's-
teamwork.
There's no other game like Lethal Company that where you can continually ask, "Will this kill me?" and the answer will always be yes.
It's always yes.
Yeah,
It's always
absolutely.
yes.
It's
Every
always
single
Absolutely.
time. It's amazing. And
Yeah,
the way
and
you die is hilarious every single time. I love it.
it is. It honestly, it's been one of the best casual, like almost drinking game esque game I've seen in like 5 years.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
just chill with your friends and like you get some jump scares or you get murdered by monsters.
It's
It's fun.
basically a party game.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I love that game, and like I think to me, that is where the industry is gonna be for the next couple of years. I think you're gonna have these one-off little indie games that are just great because I really think that there's no AAA titles in the next like 3 years that are gonna be of interest.
Not really, no.
Well,
Like,
I mean, GTA 6 is coming out in 2025.
oh, that is true. I forgot about that.
Oh, I thought that was later. I thought PC was getting that like a year or two after the launch.
I don't think so. I
I
think it's
don't-
going to launch.
I don't know
at the
about
same
that or
time.
not.
Was it? Okay.
No, I don't have confirmation one way or the other, but I'm sure. I mean, Rockstar's not dumb. They know a significant amount of people play on PC.
Yeah, that's a huge launch, by the way. That GTA 6, like that is gonna break the like gaming world
I
when
was
that
gonna say,
launches.
if they fuck that up, Rockstar Studios is done.
There's no way they could mess that up. I mean, it's me in Florida, man. Come on, that's the breeding grounds of
Miami,
crime.
Florida. Come on, it's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Perfect
don't
place
know.
for a GTA game.
And I think GTA is great because you could play it for a really long time. Like I think GTA 5, like I played that for a really long time. People are still playing that game
Oh,
now.
yeah.
It's been out since
10 years.
2015, 2013.
2013.
Yeah,
2013. Yeah, it's been out for a decade.
And
now.
apparently,
that's true.
oh wait,
Doing
is this
almost
how
as well
much
as
it
Skyrim.
cost?
Wow.
It says the revenue for GTA 5 in 2013 was $7 billion.
Yeah, and, then,
7
and that's in
billion?
the first year. You know, people are still out there spending money on that game.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, I think that's to date. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
Oh,
I
it
was gonna say,
says
that's a
it said
ton
the
of money.
release date, but still, like, granted, there was no
Yeah.
online when it first came out, and when the online first launched, it was pretty crappy. But
Yeah.
they figured it out, and it's great. And the single player campaign for that, great. Like, GTA 4 was fun, it was a good game, but there was no. Was the new breakthrough Ghost Tyranny for GTA. The giant map, the multiple characters. It's like how good
Mhm.
in general the graphics were.
Oh yeah.
They
Like,
still hold up pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, it was ahead of time, dude. I mean that
Way
that
ahead of
game
its
was
time. I
ahead of
mean,
time.
That game released on the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I had it. That's what I had it on originally, and the 360
Mhm.
could just barely keep up with the graphics.
and
Yeah,
even then
all
it
the-
looked
I
pretty
know that's
good.
like a 15-year-old console at this point, but
Oh, yeah.
still.
You're talking about the 30-minute loading times.
Yeah. It took 30 minutes to load, and if you were like on the ocean, the rendering for the water was awful on the 360.
Oh yeah, so bad.
Yeah.
Well, the frame rates you used to get on those,
Oh yeah,
Horrible.
maximum of 30 at the most.
oh yeah, easy. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys what's your guys' opinion of like where gaming is at and where it's gonna go? Because I feel like just for me, it's been so stale for the last like 2 years. And it's been nice the last like 6 months with having like Dark Tide, the finals, and I mean a little bit of Overwatch mix in there, but like I'm kind of curious where your guys' mindset is or what your feeling is on like what we have and then where we're gonna be in like a year or two. Like do you think we're gonna start having more titles that are like fun to play and different, or do you just think it's just gonna be more of the same?
I don't know. It seems like it's all just gonna be the same.
Yeah.
I
I'm a little
think-
more hopeful because I think the gaming industry is swinging back around towards less towards like only multiplayer focused because there've
Yeah.
been some fantastic single player games coming out lately, indie games, and then you had Baldur's
That's
Gate
true.
3, which is a phenomenal game.
Oh, absolutely.
And also the new DLC for Cyberpunk.
I have not played that yet.
Is actually incredible. Cyberpunk has, I mean, pretty much all of its problems have been fixed at this point, and it's so much fun now.
I really want
And
to try
the
to
new
play that.
Yeah, the new DLC is awesome. I've put over 150 hours into that game.
Ooh, nice.
And
That's a
it's-
great game though.
I love it.
I also like how they love their community too. Like that's
Yeah.
just something you don't see either. Like people actually caring about the people that are playing their game.
Mhm.
Yeah, CDPR has always been good about that. And then, Cyberpunk had a historically awful launch for a single player game.
I
But
still loved it.
they just list. Yeah, I played the shit out of it all the same. I didn't care.
Yeah,
But it had an awful launch, but CDPR listened to what the problems were and have been solving them.
right,
Whereas
right.
opposed to studios like Bethesda,
Oh,
who just
Starfield.
released probably the 9,000th update for Skyrim and it hasn't fixed anything.
Yeah, well, Starfield was a total sham.
Oh yeah,
Starfield sucks.
Starfield's a scam.
Like,
Like
yeah.
$70 for a game. That thing I heard. So the Skyrim Together multiplayer mod.
Hmm.
I heard that people were trying to do that for Starfield, but then they just gave up. They're like, why would we do it? This game is boring. There's
This
nothing.
game's boring. No one plays it.
Damn. Yeah, I bought it and played it for I think 2 hours, just barely enough so I could refund the game. I was so bored. I was falling asleep, dude. It was 8 o'clock and I was falling asleep.
The shooting is not great. You can't
No.
really. You can only fly the ship very limitedly.
Yeah.
And
Which is
on
honestly a
planets,
tragedy.
you're just walking and jumping and stuff.
Coming from a studio that's
Yeah.
produced incredible games like The Elder Scrolls, 3, 4, and 5 were all fantastic.
Hmm.
And Bethesda's done Fallout, which Fallout 4 was a little wishy-washy, but they're all pretty good. Fallout
Yeah.
76 was a disaster, but it's I don't know, it's kind of shameful
It's better
for a
than
studio like Bethesda to because that's why we love Bethesda games, even though they never fix any of their bugs, is because they're fun to play. But Starfield just isn't.
no. Starfield is boring, and that's the worst thing you can do for a game or entertainment is be boring.
Make it boring. That's the best way to kill something.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Did you guys see the video of Todd Howard at the Game Awards this year when Starfield didn't win anything?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, let me see if I can find it.
I just remember his one the last year
He
where it was 10
looks-
times the detail,
He looks depressed.
as he should.
Yeah, here you go. I'll link you. Let me. It's so funny. Let me link this. There you go.
Oh yeah, let's check this out.
It's good. You can see it on Todd's. It's just depression.
Oh.
Let me see here.
Baldur's Gate 3 won every award, as they should have.
Yeah, oh, it deserved it. Oh no.
This man's in pure pain.
Actual pain. Todd,
Oh no.
stop fucking around. The only thing that's going to save Bethesda is The Elder Scrolls 6, unless it sucks, and then you're done.
Oh my god. All the 10 out of 10 ratings in the back. Oh god. I just want to vomit.
You can definitely see the depression.
It deserved a game of the year. Let's be honest. That game was awesome, and it did a lot for. It cared about the people that are buying it, man.
Yeah, Larry.
Baldur's
I mean, they
Gate?
genuinely, Baldur's Gate. Larry and Studios genuinely went out and was just let's just make a game that's fun to play. It's gonna
Yeah.
have Dungeons and Dragons mechanics in a video game. It's been done a million times.
It would have been nice if Lethal Company was on that list anywhere.
I agree. Actually, I think that should have been indie game of the year or something.
It should have
Yeah,
been.
it should have been. Yeah, I don't think it got big until well, I guess it was big right at the gaming event, right?
Yeah, right around that time. It might not have been out long enough.
Yeah, that might be part of it too. And I
could
wonder
see
if a
it
lot
being
of stuff's
something next year if they
Yeah.
keep up with the community support and the updates.
Definitely. Well, I think a lot of those things are kind of I don't want to say they're staged, but they know who's gonna win well in advance
yeah.
of the gaming award, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
They decided probably, 4 weeks before or something.
yeah. Did you guys want to have a couple other discussions before we got out of here, or do you guys just want to? Or what are you guys thinking?
Well, we are almost at an hour, but I was just gonna make another comment about the whole gaming thing and with Starfield
Yeah.
or whatever. A lot of the bigger developers are just kind of phoning it in,
Yeah.
And no disrespect to people who actually make the game. For MW3, I guess it was gonna be a DLC, but then they were like, no, screw that. make it its own game, and you have
Aw.
like
Who
a year and a
actually developed
half
that game? Was
or
it
something.
Sledgehammer?
I think so.
Sledgehammer
I
developed
think
it.
it's
They'll be great.
Sledgehammer,
It'll be
yeah.
Treyarch next time. No, that's 100% Activision Blizzard's fault. It's the publisher's
Like,
fault
I
when stuff
respect
like that happens.
the
Because
people
game
who make it.
developers want to make good games, but the publishers
Yes.
want to make money,
Yes.
and they don't necessarily care how good the game is if they're gonna if their only goal is to make as much money as possible.
Like with Fallout 76, apparently
Fallout
when
76
Todd
is a great
Howard
example.
was like, "Hey, let's not put any PCs in our giant Fallout game,"
Yeah,
and they're like,
Yeah.
"Are you
Fallout.
serious? Are you sure?"
and the game there was nothing to do when it launched, and do you all remember that scam where like the people who bought like the Elite Vault Dweller edition of the game or whatever were supposed to get like a whole
Oh,
bunch of
yeah.
extra goodies, and then it was just like a shitty plastic bag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember that. That was awesome. That was so funny. And then they didn't refund anyone either, did they?
Nope.
I think they eventually did.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the question is just why? Like,
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. It's not like Bethesda doesn't have enough money.
yeah. And like
They
I
could have
get
done that.
the point of a business is to make money. If you
Mhm.
want to make a product, you want to sell it and make money. But it's like we were sort of mentioning with the finals. Like most games now, like 2042, Cyberpunk, blah
Mhm.
blah blah. It shouldn't be like even Diablo sort of or COD. It shouldn't be okay. You put a game out, guys. We know it's shit, but it'll be better in like 6 months. Give us
That
time.
should not be how it is. You know what I mean? Like
I
games,
agree.
That's why Baldur's Gate won every award. It was
Yes.
phenomenal from the beginning.
And the
Mhm.
game
they
doesn't have to be
yeah.
perfect when you release it, but finish it. Like put out a decent product. Like the finals is good, and they're probably gonna update it and just try and make it better.
Oh, I
Like-
mean, there's infinite
Yeah, they are.
possibilities for extra stuff to be added, more maps and guns, and I don't know. It's going to be great. But
You can
yeah,
improve on a good game.
ship a full game if you're going to release the damn thing. You know,
Mhm.
Cyberpunk kind of
agree.
started that trend of. Actually, no, Anthem. Y'all remember that?
And I didn't
Yep,
want.
you did.
Oh.
Anthem started the trend of
Brought tears in my
launching
eyes.
games that aren't finished.
like-
Cyberpunk kind of continued it, but CDPR,
Yeah.
like we talked about earlier, actually fixed the problems because they care about their community.
Absolutely. I mean, what do you think is gonna be making more money for these companies too? Like just like 1 week of people buying it, or like long drawn out communities?
Yeah, if you want people to pay your microtransactions, you have to have a good product that they want
Yeah.
to spend money on in the first place.
Player
you know?
Yeah.
retention. That's
I hate this
why
player retention shit.
Overwatch went to Overwatch 2 because Overwatch 1 you had to pay for it. Yeah, give them
Mhm.
like $60, you have the game, and you're always there.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend a dime unless you want to buy loot boxes,
Hey, you want my
Which-
skins?
which
Whatever.
I think they
Mhm.
should have kept the loot boxes. But that's a side point. But then because every update, like the new characters, Sombra and whatever, they
Mhm.
came out for free, and
Yep.
then the people at Blizzard were like, well, damn, we're not making money anymore. Nobody's buying our game because Overwatch had kind of like tapered off.
Yeah.
So they go, what do? We'll make it free to get more people, and then we'll put a battle pass and stuff so they can pay. It's like, yeah,
That's how you have to get like the new characters and stuff.
yes,
and
yeah.
then-
Like they go, hey, new update, and people come back to like, oh, cool, let's check out the update, and then they go, there's a new character. You can play the game.
Yeah.
Get like halfway through the pass, get it for free, or pay $10 right now and he's yours.
Yeah, it's almost pay to win in Overwatch. To some aspect. I mean, not fully, but I mean, you basically pay money to get the character early, and the characters they come out with, they're always broken at launch. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Maga and Ramatra are both ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Still, Ramatra's
So-
still broken, and
Yeah.
nobody
He
really
was, but
nobody really knows how to counter Malga because he's too new. But
Mhm.
and I get the character has to be good to make people want to play him, especially if you're paying the $10. But
Yeah,
like,
that's why they wanted to do that.
it's ridiculous, and I get it's also I understand it's difficult to try and balance a character when there's like 40 other characters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
someone's going to counter someone, and they got to be a little bit powerful, but they shouldn't just be completely broken.
Yeah. Well, it's just like they make them broken because they want people to buy them, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But
they want
then
people to
in-
spend the money on it.
Yeah, and in that process, they piss everybody off that doesn't want to pay the money for the character.
Mhm.
You know.
Yup.
But are you guys a big fan of the like the free play model and then the $10 battle passes, or are you guys more a fan of the $70 for a game? And I mean, I guess for me, like the way I think about it is $70 I'll pay if the games are really good.
Yeah, but it has to be like a complete game.
Yes.
Yeah, these games have not like the games that I can think on top of my head that are $70 have not been worth $70.
I
Nope.
don't think any single one of them has. I've
No.
paid $70 twice for 2 just absolutely tragic Call of Duties.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
And Diablo.
Yep, I was gonna say, and Diablo.
Diablo was trash.
I will admit, like, it was alright.
It was
but
fun for a little while.
It was
but
fun at first, for
Not
sure.
not $70. I would have rather paid, like 40 or 50.
Yeah, I agree with that.
In
I just think
general, the whole 60 to 70 price jump is kind of retarded.
Yeah, I mean, I get
Yeah,
that
I'm
everything's
not
more
a big fan of that.
expensive, but like for that increase, man, you gotta be making better stuff to make people want to pay more money for it too. Or like these free to play games,
Well,
man.
and here's another thing too. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to just keep bringing up Baldur's Gate, but that game, I mean, it just won every single
was
award
60.
at the game show. It was 60. It was the standard game price. It was a complete
They didn't
game
do that
shipped
shit.
from the start to be as good as it could be from the start. And they absolutely knocked it out of the park, and they won every award as they rightly should have. And it's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
be a fan favorite for a long time.
Wasn't Elden Ring $60 as well, or is that
Yeah.
70?
No, it was 60. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. See, like I
I don't
just think,
remember,
I
but it
mean,
was good.
yeah, like the trends. I feel like there is a really good hope for gaming in the next couple of years. Also,
There's
just
been some
because
good ones, man. Like Elden
Yeah.
Ring's another one.
they
I
have,
I
there's
forgot
good
about that.
developers out here too. Like,
I hate to bring up Kirby's favorite game, but Armored
oh
Core
god,
received a lot of
Yeah, I mean,
positive
I
attention. It was
bet
a fun
it
game.
seemed in
I've never
general
played it, but it looked like fun.
just like a
Yeah.
genuinely good game.
yeah.
It's just
I
not
mean,
what I'm interested in, really.
definitely. I'm a Dark Tide, man, guys. I gotta say it. I just my little like 10 seconds of
And wasn't Dark Tide only like 50 or 40?
40.
it was
Pretty
40,
sure it
yeah.
is.
There were sales for $25 on it too. Wink, wink. But so I don't know. To me, like, there's really good like shines in the
Mhm.
mud of the industry right now, and I think that the more and more that like these big titles like Call of Duty kind of just like do nothing, I
Mhm.
think that it brings out so much in other games. Like Lethal Company to me, I don't think would have gotten near as big if there was still a AAA titles like Battlefield and Call of Duty like
When
in
they
the
were still
scene.
good, yeah.
Yeah, like I just don't think that a game like that would have got so much attention.
Yep.
So that's
Well, yeah, because
that's
it
hopeful.
outsold Call of Duty. Because, people were playing
'Cause it's
Call of
fun.
Duty, got, bored or upset that they paid for it and it was a ripoff. And then, yeah, they see the memes and stuff of the company and they're like, oh
Mhm.
shit, this looks awesome.
That's
mean,
how.
Yeah.
Play this.
I
Oh,
mean,
it's
that's how we
$10.
ended up-
Like,
that's how we ended up playing Lethal Company. We got sick
Yeah.
of COD.
Yep, exactly.
and contrast, from the finals to there's only 90,000 people playing COD right now. Finals has like 30,000 more people.
Yeah, and that's only on Steam too.
And
Like,
that's impressive because Embark is a brand new studio. To be
And here, let
outdoing
me-
Call of Duty at their own
Let
game
me check Lethal Company.
right from the get go
Yeah.
is extremely
Dude.
impressive.
Dude, there's
insane.
140,000 people playing Lethal Company right now.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I
dude.
just saw that on their page right now.
That's crazy.
At 11 p.m.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that these little indie games are in like smaller studios are gonna take over the industry. I think
Mhm.
it, like these EAs of the world, these Activisions of the world, they're just raking in money on their old like customers, like WoW and Overwatch. But like, really, I mean, to my mindset, like, I mean, I don't think the next Battlefield to be very good.
Because
Yeah.
again, Lethal Company is a fresh new IP. And it's just because gaming is in a stale point. Like, the reason we bought Call of Duty anyway, and it's kind of sucks because they're always going to make money off it. Like, obviously somebody's going to buy it no matter what. But
Call of
it's
Duty,
just
they're not gonna
'cause-
sell.
There's not much, like, we have like 2 or 3 games that we rotate from, and then this new game comes out and we played the beta and it was fun, and we're like, oh cool, maybe this MW2 was all right, maybe this Call of Duty would be genuinely good. So we get excited for something new and try to trust and have faith in them when, like, really probably shouldn't. So then they make the money from it, and then they're like, well, why wouldn't we keep doing the same thing? We're making money off it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta force these companies to change by not giving them money, which I kind of think is happening. And I
think
don't know if we want to even get in the movie industry, but the movie industry to me is like really seeing a shift.
I don't think we
You
have
know?
time for that tonight, but yeah.
No. Yeah.
it is happening a little bit, like the pushback, and the change for gaming and positivity and keeping them
Yeah.
accountable. It's just hard because, like, obviously, I didn't pre-order it. Well, I guess I technically did. I bought it like 2 days before because I wanted to play it. But like, you don't really pre-order things anymore because that's just a disaster. But I don't know where I was going with that. But there's no real way to know for sure. Besides, like, if a game comes out and then you wait a couple weeks to see. But the only problem with that is also a lot of they like sponsor YouTubers or whatever. So the game comes out, you wait a few days, you go on YouTube, you're like, oh, okay, what do people think of this game? All you see is this game is good. And there's maybe like one video that says this game sucks, don't buy this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the ratings nowadays, like you can't trust any people that rate or review games really anymore.
Or movies. All critics,
Yeah.
generally these days are just worthless.
Yeah, they're just handpicked, and if they lose all their exclusivity if they say anything bad about the title or whatever it is. So it's like you can't even trust really any of them anymore, and that's just kind of sad because I feel like for a while there you could, and then in the last like 3 to 5 years it's just been like, do these guys even like review the game, or they just kind of say whatever the studio wants them to say?
Well, yeah, I'm sure a lot of it is EA or Activision or whatever comes to someone and says, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we'll pay you $50.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
do
more
this.
than 50.
Probably a
Oh,
lot more
yeah.
than that, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
but-
general idea.
They're like,
Yeah.
all right, we'll pay you this money. You talk about a
Mhm.
game. But you can't say anything bad or else you don't get paid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're
Exactly.
like, all right.
And the bots, man. The bots have become a real thing. Like looking at Rotten Tomato for certain movies and stuff like that. You go through the comments about and the reviews, and you're like, are these even real people talking? Like, there's no way there's a real person. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's just like I think the bots are real, and like I think it's kind of funny with YouTube, like not really censoring, but like definitely restricting like negative commentary on trailers. Like I know when Rings of Power came out and like all the dislikes and all the hate to that, like YouTube like deleted a bunch of comments. Like they deleted like people disliking videos and stuff like that, which I think is kind of like another like form of
But
this
yeah, because
like
I'm sure Amazon paid YouTube a lot of money. But yeah, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that they got rid of the dislike button. Like,
Yeah.
sure, if I look at my videos and I see someone disliked them, I'm not going to be like mad or upset. Or even if I was, I wouldn't even do anything about it. I'd just be
Yeah.
like, huh, I wonder why they didn't like it. But it probably started with Infinite Warfare being the most disliked and bombed Call of Duty trailer. I don't understand why. Oh, we can't have negativity. Oh no! Like, well, if it
Yeah.
sucks, people aren't gonna like it.
And I think I left out the biggest thing that I love about the finals, guys. The leaderboard, man. There's actually a leaderboard that shows you your kills, shows you your deaths, shows you everybody in the lobby's kills and deaths. All right, it's not like this
Nice.
shit out here that just doesn't even tell you your deaths, doesn't even tell you your
Battlefield
kills.
didn't even have a scoreboard.
Like how
Had to have a
pathetic is
scoreboard
that?
update.
That's crazy to me, man. I don't understand that.
And yeah, but the finals, I do like the whole team wipe respawn mechanic. Like
Mhm.
in Call of Duty, it's either you get infinite respawns or you get one life. Finals in the regular mode, you technically get infinite respawns, but I do like how it encourages the team play because, like, there's
Definitely.
3 people. If they die, they have a respawn timer. You can revive them, or like if you get wiped, your team has to wait another like 30 seconds. So
Mhm.
it's just kind of cool how it can be like, okay, I'm up in 5, just live, or like you can try to go for the res, or if there's one guy left in your team, you wipe him. You can go for the point.
Definitely.
Not really any other games have that.
No, it forces you to actually be a team.
Mhm. Instead of like, again, COD, where you're on a team, but you're not like really on a team. You're just running around in a circle shooting people.
Right. Right.
Really, I guess depending
Yeah.
on the mode, but like even Search and Destroy, there's not a whole lot of team unless you're like with an actual
No.
squad of friends.
There's not team play in Call of Duty. It's an individual shooter title, pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's good things to come, man. The future looks good.
Well, all right, boys.
Yeah, I think on that that's a good note to end on. That was an awesome discussion. I'm excited to do that again. Thanks everybody for tuning in, listening, and I will see you next time. Always remember to trust the podcast.
Goddamn right.